Sorry about this. I can take over the cookie duty. Yes, I was doing it virtually.
Yes, good to see you.
Nice to meet you in the flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Artist.
Good morning. Welcome to UUCCN, Universal. Okay. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Central Mass. So it's good to see everyone here. I'm Stephanie. I'm fairly new to this congregation, so thank you for having me. And today's service will be led by Elizabeth Ann Terry, who's joined by someone playing music. I'm not sure. A religious education teacher, Ashley Davis. So we just I have information just right in front of me. Elizabeth Ann Terry is inspired by the power of religious institutions to have meaningful impacts on their communities. She's been a witness. She's been a witness to congregations that utilize the spiritual practices of covenants and abundance to move their congregations into bright and purposeful futures. A self-professed UU evangelist, Elizabeth Ann Terry, believes that the Unitarian Universalist faith invites individuals and congregations to discover and utilize their spiritual gifts to build a beloved community. A certified nonprofit manager as well as a certified spiritual director, Elizabeth Ann has consulted with the congregations of all faiths that focus on UU congregations. Central to her strategy when working with individuals and congregations is asset-based community development, ABCD. ABCD invites participants to appreciate their gifts of the head, heart, and hands as they discover solutions to their challenges. If you're new here, please know that this is a well division. It's good to be together.
When preparing for my time with you, I was inspired by the words of the Reverend Dr. Daniel Cantor from Texas. And this is like opening words he used for our Palm Sunday years ago. I love it. Today, we begin the walk to Jerusalem, the Holy Week. The demand that we face the broken path, the abuse of power. Today we walk towards the day spring breaking through the Easter day of joy. So let us prepare the way. Let us join together this morning in worship to see what holiness resides within and about us, to welcome in the day and make straight the path for the work of God. Let us worship together. I'm going to tell us later too. Okay, I didn't prepare words. Okay. You like it? On this beautiful day, spring is here. Hope is here in the congregation as we move into a new era. May it be so. I read this? Okay. Okay, yeah, got it. You know, we're like figuring this out as we go. Thank you for your kindness and patience. Land acknowledgement. We are here on the ancestral lands of America. We are here on Turtle Island to be caretakers, to gather in a good way, to be one with Earth's children in all of their forms. Those of the straight lands, mountains, and valleys, those of the rivers, streams, and ocean, and air, under the protection of Father Sky. Let this land acknowledgement guide us in our return to unity. Let us remember that we are relatives to all beings, those who walk on four legs, those who fly close to the Creator, those who swim in the ponds and in the seas and crawl upon Mother Earth. Let us honor all of the mammal people, the living green creatures that give us shade and food, the spirit energy in stones, boulders, and earth's crevices, and all of the created world. Let us live in harmony, practice kindness, and share our love for one another. Let love be the foundation for living the values of justice, equity, and interdependence. Hi there.
Hello.
You up to speed with Guide at My Feet? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Our opening song is Guide My Feet. It's number 348 in the gray hymnal.
Give us a little intro.
while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race, for I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. Stand by me. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. Search my heart while I run this race. Search my heart while I run this race. Search my heart while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. In your order of service is a responsive reading. I'll read the bold, and if you can come in with the not bold for that, and we'll get this. Yeah, okay. Responsive reading or shared Unitarian Universalist values. Love is at the heart of our values. Equity is the value of our inclusive community. Interdependence teaches us we are all connected. Justice is essential for peace and building a beloved community. Generosity expresses compassion, gratitude, and hope. Pluralism encourages respect for diverse beliefs. Transformation allows us to adapt to an ever-changing world. Is Stephanie doing the reading? I sent it along and I don't have it right here. Don't have my phone.
I might have it. Let me see. Just give me
Okay. You know, it takes a village to put on a sermon. And we're all good. But the reading is from the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage, who is a minister who just got a new posting, and I forget what it is, but she was in the DC area for many years, and she is an Army chaplain. Yes, which is like a fantastic thing. Have we found it? Good to meet you. Thank you. Justice is our prayer. We gather together today with sacred intention to declare that justice is our prayer. We affirm in covenant with the beloved community that is possible. Not here, not quite yet. The seeds have been planted time and again. And we remember all those who went before us, who made beloved community a dream that could be realized. Justice is our prayer. May our time of worship service together continue to water the budding trees of our diverse interdependence. May our time of worship give air and nourishment to the parts of our collective spirits. Those spirits that need to grow and thrive, that embrace equity as a known way of being. Justice is our prayer. We affirm in covenant with the beloved community that is possible. May it be so. Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage. Announcements.
Here are a few announcements. Please join us following the service to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is what we call a conversation, fellowship, and sharing food that follows Sunday service. If you'd like to come with the future Sweet Tooth, there's a sign-up sheet in the kitchen just to complete a Connington. Please mark your calendars for April 19. Michael Sensley will headline a concert benefiting Doctors Without Borders. And again, it's not just great music and great calls, you'll also get a wonderful gift for $40. So be here Sunday, April 19th at 4 p.m. If you can help with the dinner or cleanup, please again speak with Anita Connington. Do you want to say that? Oh, yeah, did you want to say something? Okay. Applications are now being taken for LIAC's Student Internship Program. Student Activity Fund makes it possible for Long Island community youth and young adults to live their faith and learn valuable skills by interning at nonprofits that focus on social action, advocacy, and social services. For more info, visit their website, LIAC, or speak with UUCCN members Robin Rivera and Christy Rowe. Oh. One thing that makes UUCCN special is the volunteering of our members. Helping with Sunday service, religious education, office work, cleanup, Sweet Tooth, and other tasks are a way to give back to the community, to build relationships, and to find purpose. If you would like to help, please speak with any of the board members or Anita. That's it for announcements. Okay. It's time for our offering and Thanksgiving. Thank you for your support of UUCCN. Your pledges, donations, and volunteering sustain our congregation as we are 100% dependent upon our members, friends, and guests. Please give today when the ushers pass the collection plate in, or you can use a credit card on our website, uuccn.org. One of our traditions is to share our Sunday collection plate with the organization whose work aligns with our values and principles. For the month of March, we continue to support the Detention Watch Network. The Detention Watch Network is a national membership organization that brings together advocates from diverse backgrounds to unify strategy, build partnerships, and strengthen the movement to end immigration detention. Please give generously to help in its critical mission. Please help with this important work by giving today. If you're sending in a check, please write "Share the Plate Large" on the memo line. Thank you all again for all you do to support this congregation. We're truly grateful and truly blessed by the generosity of this community.
You did a great job. That was our first time. Wow. come together for a moment of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and Spirit of love, we are grateful that we are together today. Everyone got here safely, and it's a gorgeous day. For all who are able to give financially to support the good work of this congregation, we are grateful. May we continue to do the good work and get into good trouble in the name of all that is holy. Amen. Joys and concerns? What happens with that? No one told me.
UUCCN is a community of people who strive to be welcoming, caring, hospitable, and loving. We know that the spark of our joys can be amplified when we share them with people who are cheering us on, and the weight of the burden of our sorrows can be lightened when shared with those who have committed to our mutual well-being. Now is the time when you may share a joy or a sorrow that is on your heart this morning. If you'd like, please raise your hand and I will recognize you. Anita.
Well, I'm concerned about Michael Santonio. He's a little under the weather, and that's why he's not here today. So we can offer him our prayers and good healing vibes for him.
Yeah.
And Mary Ellen says that Siegfried is doing better, and that's a good thing too. She misses us, but she watches us, our service on Sundays, so that's good. So we can give good vibes. Want to talk about that?
Terry.
Nita and I also went to the rally yesterday at the Mineola Courthouse, and it was wonderful because there were more people than the
Before.
last time. So it was really good, and it's such a way of feeling out other people, looking at their eyes, and knowing that they care about the same things that you care about. And just to do that physically there is so, so important to do it, rather than just doing it online or something like that. So that we are, and Nita and I are off again for another trip. We're going this time to Italy in next week.
Saturday.
And so we're looking forward to that. Just got back from the North Pole.
Terry.
I'm so happy to be here, and I recently celebrated a big birthday, and there were 5 of us classmates from Merrimack, all so happy. We're here. Yeah. We're here. We have survived good times and bad times. Nobody has been without adversities at one time or another, and gotten through them with the love of family and friends. So I'm here as a beautiful gift from God that is for Cynthia blooming outside the door, and it's a beautiful spring day. I'm just happy to be alive and to share these moments with you. And my concern is for the physical and mental health of my family and everybody.
John.
Oh, I'm going to echo Dave. Chrissy and I were at the No Kings protest yesterday too, and I thought it was fantastic. What a great turnout, great weather, and so many people beeping their horns as they drove by. Even people driving big concrete mixer trucks and municipal vehicles, and it really it gave me great heartened me the whole day.
Vicki.
Yes, I missed a couple of Sundays, and I'm sorry. I had some surgery done, and thank goodness everything is clear. So I have something to really celebrate and be very grateful that I am here today with all of you. It's like, I mean, it was something that I didn't expect, and so I'm grateful, very grateful for that. I'm grateful to also be in this wonderful country that we have. We can protest if you want, and you know you have that right, of course, what was going on all around us. And I have to say that my heart was really broken when I heard Samantha Godfrey. Did you listen to her? Her mother has disappeared. They don't know where she is. She was on television on NBC for many years. And she came on the program last week and talked about her mother and how important she was and how important she still is in her life. And her belief is still very strong, which is something that we should never give up. Our belief should be strong always, and that's what's keeping her going. And of course, it's a horrible thing that's happened. They don't know where she is. And it's been 2 months now that the mother has gone. So it's very sad. But as I said, you know, I'm grateful for what I have in this world, and I think we all should be very grateful that we are here today.
I'd like to offer prayers for many of our members who may be experiencing some health issues. Certainly Chris Ross. I know we mentioned Siegfried. I'm so glad to hear that he's on the mend and doing better. And also, of course, Rick Krantz and, you know, Bill McShay, you know, and I know you were telling me about your mom, you know, Lisa. So many people have struggles, you know, physical struggles, and with all that's going on, there's emotional struggles as well. And holding them in prayer, because we recognize that it is a weight on them, it is a burden on them, and let them know that as a community, we share that with them. So, you know, pray that they will be able to get through the struggles that they are having, and we are on their journey with them lovingly, always.
About 30 years ago, my dad formed the New York City chapter of the Teamsters Hispanic Caucus. And he was a truck driver for many years. He was a Teamster for many years. And he had heard that there was a Hispanic caucus in other cities. And him and some of his colleagues founded it. And one of their key events is a scholarship dinner dance that they have almost every year. They had to pause it for COVID. And they have a large party at Leonard's of Great Neck. And they try to raise sometimes $70,000, sometimes up to $100,000 for basically anybody who applies that's going to college. The money's split evenly, family members, friends. And so this was always like a key thing that event that I went to as a teenager, as a young adult. And I haven't been able to go because my son was so small, but we took Ben for the first time on Friday night. It was his first kind of big grown-up party at night in a catering hall. Got him a little bow tie. And my dad invited some of his neighbors who are not really involved with the labor movement and are not Latino or Hispanic. They had no idea what they were going to. And we sat with them during the cocktail hour and just talked to them, and they were just like, you know, we've been neighbors with your dad since, I don't know, 1997, 1998. We didn't know anything about his job, about what he does. We've never seen him in a tuxedo being like the master of ceremonies at this event. This is amazing. This is a whole new side of him that we've never seen, and he'd never seen them in nice clothes either. They talk all the time, but it's when they're across the fence, like gardening, getting in the dirt in their yards. And so I'm proud of my dad. I'm thankful for the work that he and his organization did to raise money for young people going to college, because it's so expensive. I'm proud of my son and how well behaved he was and charming he was. And you know, you might be neighbors with someone for 30 years and not know them. You can always reach out and get to know them, and that's something that I learned and a joy that I had. Would anyone else like to share? May we remember those that have spoken, those they have named, and those we hold in silence in our hearts. It's a tradition at UUCCN to light a candle with the intention of world peace at every Sunday service. Words by Clark Dewey Wells. To pass the peace is a revolutionary act. It means to trust the outsider we fear, to wish well those who have hurt us, and to forgive at last ourselves. To offer the blessing to those around you is to love your neighbor and yourself, and to be at peace with God. Pax Vobiscum, peace, peace.
Thank you, my name, sister.
You got two, Elizabeth and
Stop it! I've arrived. Oh, mercy me. Good morning, beloveds. Yes, my name is Elizabeth Ann Terry, and my pronouns are she, her, and Elizabeth. I am a vertically challenged African-American cis woman with short gray hair. I am wearing a black hat, purple robe, black pants, black sweater, black boots, and this fantastic stole. Yes, that was given to me by Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism because I'm one of their elders. And I love this stole. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to wear it. Like Holy Week is coming up in the Christian calendar, but I believe that every week is a holy week. And by preparing ourselves spiritually, we can prepare that path to justice, equity, and the beloved community. A year ago, I was driving back from coastal Georgia to Philadelphia. Every year in April, I go to coastal Georgia to St. Simon's Island with some Unitarian Universalist friends from Philadelphia. And usually when I drive from south to north on I-95 through Virginia, Maryland, and there's the District of Columbia, I make every attempt to avoid the capital area because it always is a construction zone, regardless of who might be in the White House. Last year on this trip, I felt a compelling need to actually drive through the District of Columbia. It was sort of this like activist pilgrimage, and to be on the streets of DC in my little red car and as a US citizen, reclaim it as the capital city of my country. I'm not going to give that away. With what has been going on in America since January 20th, 2025, I have been increasingly feeling that not only is this not my nation's capital, this is not my country, and I don't recognize it. For miles approaching DC, I could see the Washington Monument and some other buildings on Capitol Hill. Crossing over the bridge on the Potomac and driving onto the streets of Washington, with each block, I gained more and more familiarity. I had been in Washington, D.C. lobbying Congress when I worked for the National Abortion Rights Action League in Pennsylvania. You know, many days there. However, that's really a story for another day. So I drove past the Department of Justice building, the Robert Kennedy Justice Building, feeling that he was no longer resting in peace. Bless him. The National Museum of African American History and Culture, that I will always consider my museum, no matter how much it might change in the coming years. Had I had more time, I probably would have taken a lap around the Kennedy Center and the Vietnam Memorial, which in addition to the National Mall are sacred places for me and others. I have memories of demonstrations and going to the mall to see the AIDS quilt for the first time. I felt like I was a parade of one in my little red Kia Soul, which is the car I had at the time. Her name was Grace. And Grace was adorned with a UU sticker, a Unitarian Universalist license plate holder, a UU the vote sticker, I'm not done, and a democracy, not autocracy sticker, and everybody is sacred. Everybody is sacred sticker. So I felt like it was a parade of one, saying truth to power with the bumper stickers on the back of my car. Even though I know that all of us are not always fully mobile and might not be able to walk, and most may not have been to a city named Jerusalem, I'm inviting y'all to journey with me in this exploration of the similarities of the role of Jerusalem of over 2,000 years ago and that of the capital of the United States of America in 2026. Cities have similarities. This time of year, as we pause to observe the spring equinox, Christian Holy Week, Passover, and Ramadan, let's also pause to explore this basic question. Is Washington, D.C. a present-day Jerusalem, a place of corruption, greed, power over others, with many opportunities for the government to persecute the marginalized? Well, what do you think? That's a real question. What do you think? Yeah? Well, today, let's begin our journey to our Jerusalem, D.C. A journey to reclaim our capital city, our nation, our democratic values, keeping love at the center. First, let's face the broken path that our country is on and the abuse of power that is happening. It is time for all of us to come out of shock and to make an advance from either ignoring the news or yelling at the television at 7 a.m. in fear, anger, and disgust. I know that I'm saying that for me, but can any of you relate to that?
Yelling at my phone.
Phone. Wherever we get the news, it's like disturbing every day. However, it does not help to demonize those who are abusing power. As a society, we have soul sickness. It is during times such as these that I remember the work of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, which was led by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And their belief in the 1960s, and I don't think it's changed too much, they believed that their mission, and they were here to save the soul of America, to redeem the soul of America, to remind America they had a soul. So like redeem, atone for, compensate for. Beloveds, I believe that today the soul of America is still in peril, and still in need of redemption. Our Unitarian Universalist faith, with love at the center, can be medicine for soul sickness. We can be in the soul-saving business. Can I get an amen? No King's rallies that took place yesterday all over the world, actually, and it's estimated that over 8 million people in America took to the streets. All 5 boroughs in New York City, our state capitals, and in small towns and cities. You know, it feels like that thing of wherever 2 or more are gathered, it's a rally. So they were like large and small boosters for our diminished hope and faith. And it was a balm for America's soul sickness. So I heard that some of you were able to attend the No Kings rally yesterday. Thank you. How many? Well, that's great. That is like fantastic. Like half of y'all. Thank you. My wife and I marched from Columbus Circle with members of Fourth Universalist Community Church and First Unitarian Society of Brooklyn. So like they all came to our church and we went to Columbus Circle and it was like, wow! It was like mind-blowing. So I wasn't a parade of one anymore. It was a barely moving parade of tens of thousands. These rallies, I believe, allow us to turn our face to the sun. Breathe. And think about the day spring breaking through, as Reverend Cantor said, and feel the hope and power of collective action. When I was still living in Philadelphia, I went to BJ's, which is one of the ones in suburban Philadelphia. Well, you know, it's a good thing to save some money. And the aforementioned red Kia Soul with all those bumper stickers was there. And then this white woman that I did not know, like, came walking over to me, and I was like, oh, please, no. I went there, you know, like with dread and fear, perhaps. But the woman struck up this conversation with me about how much she loved my bumper stickers, and it was good to meet me, and she liked that she met somebody with a world view about what was going on, you know. And I said to her, it said, I'm an evangelist, so I said, you know, wherever you live, there's probably a Unitarian Universalist congregation where you live, and you can find some of this there. You know, like these random and beautiful moments can happen every day if our spirits are open to them. You know, like conscious or unconscious bias. Another short story, when I lived in North Carolina, I went to the Restore, you know, the Habitat for Humanity Restore, because I needed a desk. And so I found a thing, I had my tape measure, and I said, oh, there's a fit in the back of that red Kia Soul, and it didn't. And then these two guys came over to me in the parking lot, and they had these like baseball caps on that said, I heart Jesus. And I got nervous. Two white guys, you know, that I wasn't really seeing anything else about them. And they said, ma'am, can we help you get that in your car? I said, I don't think it fits, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. And they said, oh, we have tools in our truck. So they went and got the tools in their truck, and when they come back, I'm like looking at them as people, not two random white guys with baseball caps. I heard Jesus in the parking lot. And I had to like change my view. And I saw that they were identical twins. And I'm not making any of this up. Their names were Billy and Bob. So the table will be named as the Billy Bob table, which I no longer have. But that's about unconscious biases. Sometimes there's conscious biases, you know, based on our past. And, you know, those biases keep us from joining with other people in the beloved community. And when we go to these No Kings rallies and other things, we can meet people that are nothing like us. I'm grateful that my spirit was open to this woman whose name I did not get, and was open to Billy and Bob. During this month, as we explore joy, you know, that's like a theme of the month, joy, and during Holy Week as we move towards the joy of Easter, let us all help to prepare the way for our society whose soul is sick, for that soul to be mended. So how do we do that? This is part of how we do that. Going to No Kings rallies with our neighbors is part of how we do that. But we also start by discovering the divine within us. Can I ask you to place your hand on your heart and think about being divine? I believe that each one of us is. Thank you. And so we believe in the divine in us and in other people. We can work on healing souls, supporting others to heal their souls and to move through this time together as a congregation, as a county, as a state. You know where I'm going. The whole world. It's not just America that has soul sickness. This work we can do together. It doesn't have to be the parade of one in the red car driving through Washington, D.C. We can do this together. I believe that this world is desperate for spiritual warriors like us who have love at the center of their being. We can be those spiritual defenders, warriors, heroes, singing, praying, meditating, protesting, learning, supporting each other. UUs, we can rise up in this moment, put love at the center of our work, help to heal souls, and end what queer Jamaican activist, poet, farmer Stacey Ann Chin calls spiritual occupation. I think we've allowed our spirits to be occupied by something, someones that have no interest in the beloved community. So, how about we get into some good trouble by meeting neighbors that we've lived beside, by going to rallies, by creating that beloved community. It doesn't just plop down. If we believe that we can be connected to others and that collective power can change the world, can't stop us. I believe we can do that. I want to end with a quote by Toni Morrison. This is precisely the time when artists go to work. There is no time for despair, no place for self-pity, no need for silence, no room for fear. We speak, we write, we do language. That is how civilizations heal. Amen. May it be so, and blessed be. My benediction is short and sweet. This is the day that you have been given. Rejoice and make glad of it. Thank you for being here with me today. Our closing hymn is Siahamba, which is lively. I kind of feel like we need to have instruments, shakeries and drums and something as we sing Siahamba. You want to do the intro for us?